Hello guys, welcome back to the crew calling all units. Comparison test number 12 already. That's where we are. We are still in the dirt category, testing the 1497 cars. Dirt number 5, or dirt category number 5. And those are the retro or classic cars. It's raining, it's night time. But in these category tests I am dealing with the conditions that we are getting in the winners battle. At the end of the dirt series I will do a dirt winners battle just like I did in street. Then I will look for similar conditions. Camaro 1969 is our first contender with 539 horsepower. And yeah, I don't expect this thing, although it is not even that bad. It was the winner in this category in street. I don't know if it's going to be that good in dirt though. Because just like in street, it kinda gets stuck in first gear, it kinda gets stuck in second gear, meaning wheel spinning, and on a dirt track that is a bit of a problem. We already saw it happening with the Charger and the Mustang in the previous video, and yeah, it's sort of the same here. This thing is a bit smaller than those cars there, so we'll see. Also understeers a bit. I just know out of experience that this thing is not that good in dirt. So Summit qualifiers, and the team is retro or classic cars, and you have a dirt time attack. You're probably not gonna end up with this one, unless it's the only car that you have in that category, and then you have to drive with it, but you're not gonna make the top of the leaderboard with this thing in a dirt time attack for retro cars. But that is how it goes in these categories. It was the winner in street in this category, and now in dirt it's not even that good. Wheel spinning in first, not really moving. Also second, it goes towards the limiter and it kinda sticks there before it goes to dirt. Also here, manual gears might be an option, so that you can actually shift yourself. Which of course means that you will not get stuck on the limiter, but then you're gonna have the problem, if you shift too soon, you will be low RPM and you will have complete power loss. But also corner-wise it's not that good. It looks like you can throw it in and then it suddenly puts the car straight and you sort of get some understeer, which makes it a bit hard to handle this thing in dirt. And coming out of the corners you get stuck in the gears, so you can't also not pull yourself out of a corner using a bit of nitro boost or whatever. But of course it's not like it's not moving at all. Of course every car and bike, they are moving, but we are doing a comparison test and come to the conclusion that a 307 is not only in this category but also in all the cars that we've tested so far in dirt, it's the slowest. So get rid of it. It definitely will not be the winner for this category, and we're only gonna take one car for this category into the winners battle. The reason for that is that there are 10 cars in the utility category and there are a few good ones there, so I have to take 2 or 3 even from that category into the winners battle. Contender number 2, still retro, that's what we are doing here. The 1969 Charger, 652 horsepower, but it also weighs over 1500 kilograms, so kinda needs a bit of power. The Challenger in the muscle car category. Challenger 2012 did kinda won the muscle category, although it was close with the Camaro. This is sort of the predecessor of it. This Charger 1969, so let's see what it can do. To begin with, it already seems to have a well, not seems, it just is like that. It has a better gear ratio than the Camaro we just tested. It shifts faster, it doesn't get stuck in second gear. But it's heavier though. Seen it's wider, it's longer. And that makes it all a bit wobbling handling wise. This little uphill section is for some of the cars it's really a problem. So looking back, just put some checkpoints on the somewhere in the East Coast and try to figure out to do a route around 3 minutes. But it seems a pretty accurate track. We have some hairpins, we have some downhills, we have some uphills, and we have some fast sections and we have some slow sections, so it's a pretty decent track to test the cars, in my opinion. Here you have a more of a smooth section, or at least it should be, but that's where you get a bit of problems with this car. When you really have to flick it from one corner into another. Scandinavian flick, kinda okay, but we've seen better, let's put it that. But since the Camaro did a time of 3:07, this is definitely going to be faster. Three minutes and 495 thousandths. Okay. So at this moment, the Charger is the winner. Can it be beaten by these hot rods? Well, probably not. This car is, yeah. You didn't have to pay for it, you just had to find the car racks and then you can get this thing from your New York headquarters, but 360 horsepower. It only weighs 900 kilograms, so it's lighter, but it also has like 200 horsepower less than the two others. But the biggest problem with this thing, although in some of the specs it's not even that bad. I'm thinking circuit performance, definitely not bad. Also the buggy, which is the rate version of the hot rod, more or less, called buggy in game. not even that bad. But in street and in dirt it's a different story. It's, yeah. On first looks it kinda goes smoothly through the corners, and that's how it often is with these things. You think, oh, it's kinda okay, and then at the end you look at the time and you think, no, not really. And that's probably the weight. Since this is more of a lightweight, that sort of gives you the feeling that you're going around smoothly, because you can flick it about smoothly, but it's a bit of a fight handling wise, and it also lacks a bit of everything. Acceleration, top speed, handling. Understeers as well. It's one of those cars in game. You can drive around it on dirt tracks in open world, have some fun with it, take some pictures or whatever, like a lot of people seem to like to do in this game. I don't do much which doesn't have a purpose, let's put it that way. If there isn't a goal, if there isn't some kind of challenge in it, then I kind of pause. I'm not a guy that cruises around not doing anything and not earning bucks, because you need bucks for every car in this game to upgrade your cars, and so if you're just hanging about doing nothing, then you're also not gonna make bucks. And then people wonder why they can't get this spec or can't get their hands on the cars, and how do you get all the money? Yeah, do something which earns you some bucks. Even if you're cruising around on the map, pretty simple. Create a free drive challenge, cruise around in that free drive challenge, and at the end you will get some bucks, instead of just cruising around. Although it's like in this case with a 306, it's one of the slower ones. But all these tests that I'm doing here, I created free drive challenges for it, so I'm getting 1100 bucks for every car that I test here. And that means that if they bring a new car or something, you have enough bucks around and you can immediately buy it and buy the parts, and do not have to grind like crazy, like some have to do because they don't have the bucks. 3 minutes for the Charger, 306 for the Hotrod, 307 for the Camaro, which will leave one contender left. And well, this is a bit of a special car in that way. If you only have the base games, you cannot get your hands on it unless you have saved yourself some crew credits. The Nissan Fairlady 432. You can only buy this thing for crew credits. It's one of those 5 cars which you can only get for crew credits, unless you have one or another version of this game. Meaning it is, if you have the season pass, it's included. If you buy a complete edition, an ultimate edition, it will be included. At first I thought if you buy the season pass that you can get your hands on these things for bucks. And in a way it is. Because you can buy the car for crew credits, which I also think you need to buy the specs for crew credits, although I'm not sure about that. If you have the season pass, it will just be in your garage, the full stock, and then you can buy the specs for bucks. If you don't have season pass or a complete or an ultimate edition, then you need to get your hands on this thing um, with crew credits only. And this is probably the only one you can afford. If you're just doing the story, you get 100,000 crew credits somewhere during the story. And if you don't have Water, you can also not get extra crew credits by doing qualifiers or such. Because with 100,000 crew credits that you get from the story, you cannot buy those 5 cars which are only available for crew credits, because some of them are even over 100,000 crew credits, and you only get 100,000 from the story. So no. Most of them are rubbish. This Fairlady, on the other hand, not really the case. So if you want to buy one of those crew credit cars, then this might be probably the best choice. I'm thinking what the others are at this moment. I think Corvette C7, not that good. Cadillac Eldorado, not that good. Mini Counterman, well, nothing special either. And what's the other one? The Mercedes 300 SLR. Also that, not anything which you cannot beat with one of the other cars. But this thing, yeah, a bit of a problem. If you do not have this and you're involved in summits or whatever, and because you can have the wild run, doesn't mean that you have the season pass. And the team is classics, and there is a dirt attack, and you have the choice between the Camaro, the Challenger, and the Charger, who can do a 256 and a 3-minute. Yep. Especially in the retro category, we had like, what did we have here? 3 minutes for the Charger, 969, 307 for the Camaro 69, and 306 for the Hotrod. This thing does a 255. So it's the Charger 69 in second place, but it's 5 seconds slower than this thing. So if you're involved in summits and you need retro cars in dirt and even in performance, this thing is also not that bad. It can even beat the Huayra on some tracks. So yeah, this is definitely a car to consider if you do not have the season pass, to get it separately or to buy it for crew credits. Which also makes it, obviously, since it's 5 seconds slower than anything else in this category, it also makes it the winner for this retro classic, whatever you want to call it, category. And this thing will go into the winner's battle as well. That also concludes it for Dirt 5 comparison test number 12. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.